DW's downfall. I hate DW so much. She's worse than Caillou. One morning, DW woke up from a nightmare. In her nightmare, she went to Taco Bell and was made into a taco. As we all know, DW Reed is a contraceptive piece of shit who fell out of Jane's vagina by accident after David raped her. Anyway, DW got out of bed and stepped barefoot in Pal's piss and shit. God damn it. DW screamed like the whiny, annoying bitch that she is. Her parents hated her and refused to feed her breakfast, so DW ate Pal's piss and shit. When DW was done eating breakfast, she went to the tattoo parlor so she could get a tattoo of Satan. The tattoo artist accidentally tripped while carrying the tattoo gun and the needle landed in DW's eye. DW cried like a bitch all the way to the hospital. The doctor told her she only had one good eye left, and that her bad eye was so messed up that she had to wear an ugly patch over it for the rest of her life. DW cried even more about the patch, and the doctor gave her a Hannah Montana doll to help her feel better. When DW got back home, she went into her room and put her Hannah Montana doll on her bed. After that, she went on her computer and started reading Squick Fix on the internet. "Hi DW," Kate said, coming into the room. "Get out of my room, Kate." DW snapped. "Can I play with your new doll?" Kate said, seeing the Hannah Montana doll. "No, now go away." DW snapped. Kate decided to play with the doll anyway. DW didn't notice until she heard it break. She was pissed off when she saw that Kate had thrown the doll off the bed. Hannah Montana's arms and legs were now broken. "Look what you did!" DW screamed. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." Kate cried. "I told you not to play with IT." DW screamed. "I said I was sorry." Kate cried. DW punched Kate really hard in the face. Kate got a black eye and started crying. David and Jane came into the room. "What is going on in here?" David said. "DW hit me." Kate cried. "Dora Winifred Reed, you say sorry to your sister right now," Jane demanded. "No, she should say sorry to me. She broke my new doll after I told her not to play with it." DW snapped. "I told her I was sorry. I didn't mean to break it." Kate cried. DW, tell Kate you're sorry right now," David demanded. "No, I'm not sorry. I hate Kate. She's a bitch and I wish she had never been born," DW screamed. Kate cried even more and ran out of the room. David and Jane were pissed off at what DW said. "That's it, DW. We've finally had it with you. We're going to give you what you deserve," Jane snapped. David and Jane beat DW up and threw her out of the house. They disowned her and told her they didn't love her anymore. "Fuck you, DW," David screamed. "Don't ever come back," Jane screamed. David and Jane slammed the front door shut and locked it. DW saw Pal nearby and kicked him really hard. "Fuck you, stupid dog. None of this would have happened if you didn't make me step in and eat your piss and shit." DW snapped. Pal hated DW and wanted revenge for all the times she abused him. He tackled, bit, scratched and raped her beyond recognition. After that, he pissed and shat all over her. DW ran off crying like a bitch, and Pal went inside the house through the doggy door. That night, DW was wandering around a street miles away from home. She got struck by lightning and a car ran over her foot. After that, a creepy old man named Seth came out of the car that crushed her foot and approached her. "Hi DW. My name's Seth and you're going to be my new bitch," Seth said in an evil way. "How do you know my name?" DW asked in a scared way. Seth sprayed pepper spray in DW's good eye so she couldn't see, threw her in his car and took her to his house. When Seth got to his house, he tied DW up with ropes so she couldn't move, put heavy-duty duct tape over her mouth so she couldn't talk and locked her in his closet. The next day, Seth started torturing DW. He beat her up, raped her, molested her, tickled her mercilessly, whacked her repeatedly with a metal yardstick, made her eat bugs, rats, garbage, and expired food, tied her to a ceiling fan and turned it up high so she'd get dizzy and barf, and taped her eyes open and forced her to watch X-rated horror movies like The Human Centipede. Seth did these things and worse to DW every day and made her life a living hell. 1 week later, while Seth was asleep one night, DW escaped from his house and somehow managed to find her way back to her house. When DW got back to her house the next day, she noticed there was a big party going on. There was food, drinks, music, a huge banner that said "No More DW," and even some games called Whack the DW and Pin the Tail on DW's ass. Everyone in Elwood City, including DW's former family and friends, were at the party. When they saw DW, they all stopped partying and gave her death glares. "DW, what the hell are you doing here? You're ruining our party," Jane said in an angry way. "I want to come home. There's a creepy old guy torturing me," DW cried. "Good, you deserve it," David said in a mean way. "Mommy, Daddy, please take me back. I promise I'll change," DW cried. "No, we don't want you anymore. We already have a perfect daughter and that's Kate. She's prettier, nicer, smarter, and a way better person than you will ever be," Jane said in a mean way. "There you are," Seth yelled in an angry way, barging into the house and pointing at DW. How did you find me?" DW asked in a scared way. "We knew you'd come back here so we called him and told him to come get you," David said. "You know him?" DW cried. "Yes. He said he wanted a bitch and we told him he could have you," Jane said. "You're coming with me," Seth demanded, grabbing DW. "No, I'm not. Mommy, Daddy, tell him that you love me and that you're not going to let him hurt me anymore," DW demanded. "Do whatever you want to, DW, Seth. We're a lot better off without her," David said in a mean way. "Good. Let's go, DW," Seth said. by DW. Have fun being a bitch, Kate said in a mean way. DW cried like a helpless bitch while Seth dragged her out of the house. Everyone laughed at her and kept partying. Seth took DW back to his house and cut her arms, legs, and tongue off so she couldn't escape from him anymore. DW spent the rest of her miserable life as Seth's butt monkey. When she finally died, she rotted in hell and Elwood City became a better place. The end.